So my name's Peter Crawford.
And look at me, Peter, when you're speaking.
So my name's Peter Crawford, and I'm the headmaster of Great Hearts Monte Vista. I've been with Great Hearts about 5.5 years. So the first 5 years with Great Hearts, I was working at Glendale Preparatory Academy in Phoenix, Arizona. And I was coming from actually Belgium, so I went to grad school at the University of Leuven. In Belgium, I got my MA and my MPhil in philosophy, primarily 20th century contemporary philosophy. But I was really drawn actually out of grad school and to teaching, specifically teaching for Great Hearts, because I wanted to really share the great books, the great ideas, the liberal arts with children. I feel that there's a real deficiency in our culture, and there's a real movement away from classical ideas and great thoughts and speaking, reading, and writing. I think education's become more and more specialized. I think it's become more and more technologically gravitated, and there may be room for that in some programs, but I really think that we've started to lose the basics. We've started to lose our soul sometimes, and we need to go back to what is most essential and what you really want in an education, and that is how to be in dialogue with one's community, how to be in dialogue with one another, how to be within the polis, within the community, within the city in a real and meaningful way. So I was definitely attracted to Great Hearts for all of those reasons, but when I got to Great Hearts, I was just blown away by what I found, because it was so much better than anything I could have ever expected. I mean, again, I was hired internationally, so everything that I saw about Great Hearts, that I knew about Great Hearts, it was really based off of a website. It was based off of some of the literature I'd read, some of the video clips that I'd seen. But when I got there, I saw that this was a reality. If anything, the literature couldn't possibly do credit to the great reality and the enormous number of lives that were being changed by this fantastic program. I mean, it's unreal the way that children and families, by extension, their lives are changed because these children are, engaging these great texts, coming to grips with these fantastic ideas, and they're taking those to the dinner table, and they're asking these questions about justice, about truth, about good and evil, about virtue to the dinner table, and having those conversations with their parents. So for me, it was above and beyond what I ever could have expected. And then I was also blown away by the leadership that I saw within Great Hearts as well. I mean, Great Hearts is a scrappy, entrepreneurial organization that knows how to do a great deal, even though it doesn't have the resources that a lot of other programs necessarily have. And to see the leadership of folks like Dave Williams, who's the executive director now of San Antonio, or Dan Scoggin, the CEO of Great Hearts, to see these men and women really lead this organization and make enormous changes, fantastic changes with a shoestring budget, unbelievable. So a project unlike anything else I'd ever seen. It's definitely not the case that Great Hearts was designed specifically for kids with some kind of learning disability. But what we have discovered over the years is that Great Hearts is highly effective in reaching out and engaging these students with disabilities. And it's interesting, you look at the curriculum at Great Hearts, we really stress reading difficult texts. We discuss speaking clearly in class. We talk a lot about writing. We focus on these areas, and these are areas that are classically difficult for students with some of the classic disabilities at the age group that we teach. And yet our students who have disabilities, they frequently flourish. And I believe that the reason for that is that they find themselves in a culture of love and respect for the human person. And so they're not taken out of the classroom and sort of given something that's really just specialized to them. They're brought into a community. They feel safe. They feel secure because of that. And I think they're able to rise to the challenge. And I would make the same claim about students with learning disabilities that I make about children throughout the country, and that is our society is underestimating these children. They're underestimating children in general, but they're underestimating what kids with learning disabilities can do as well, because we've seen students with pretty serious learning disabilities flourish and do amazing, incredible, beautiful things in the classroom that I suspect most people would just not believe.